Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Tuesday, it is 2nd of September. It is Bhadra Masa, Arthishikesha Masa, Sukla Paksham, Dasmi Tithi. There are no estimates today, but tomorrow is Ekadasi. So tomorrow is Pashpa Ekadasi, so fasting from grains, beans, and cereals. Okay, so, and also any seeds, too much of seeds. So the seeded fruits also. One can be taken, but not the seeds. Okay, so this is but for today. There are no events. We shall move into the daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so the demigod prayer. So demigods are they're praying to the Supreme Lord in order to carry out their functions. So the demigods are appointed administrators for the material universe affairs. So they were manifested from the mode of goodness. And without the help of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they cannot carry out their functions. So for that strength and for that ability, they are praying to the Lord. So in the last few verses, they are mentioning नमः ते देव पदारविन्दं प्रपन्नतापोपशमातपत्रं यन्मूलकेत यत् जञ्जसोरु संसारदुःखं बहिरुत्क्षिपन्ति धातर्यदस्मिन् भवेश जीवाः तापत्रयेनापि हता न शर्म आत्मन् लभन्ते भवंस्तवाङ्ग्रे चायां सविद्यामत आश्रयेम मार्गन्त्येत्ते मुखपद्मनीडैः चन्दः सुपर्णैः पुरुषो विविक्ते यस्यागमर्षोद सरिद्वरायाः पदं पदं तीर्थपदः प्रपन्नाः. So they're mentioning like, my dear Lord, we are taking the shelter of your lotus feet. These are just like a umbrella from the umbrella to protect us from the miseries of this material universe. And many people they take and then they throw the material miseries outside in their life by taking your lotus feet, shelter of your lotus feet. And especially in this material world, there is no happiness at all. And then whoever takes that lotus feet, they will get that knowledge. And then we are taking the shelter of your lotus feet. So mainly glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord. And further, the great learned sages, they take the lotus feet of your shelter of your lotus feet, and then from there they will search after your lotus face, starting flying with the wings of the Vedic times. So likewise, they glorify you. So and by which one can be purified from all kinds of sinful activities. Jitam sthanam apohya dharye param param sujyadihi yatha yatha. This is yasya gammarshoda saridvarayaha. Just like a Ganges river, who takes the shelter of Ganges river, it purifies the sinful activities, which is emanating from the lotus feet of the Lord. Param padam tidapataha prapannaha. We are taking that shelter of lotus at your lotus feet. Likewise, demigods are praying. And further also today, they're praying to the Lord that whoever is hearing very carefully every day with so much of faith and devotion, so for them, the heart is cleansed in due course of time. Heart is cleansed. And then by meditating on that lotus feet, one can also gain the knowledge and detachment from this material world. They are called dhiras. They're called dhiras. So now we are taking at shelter of your lotus feet. So likewise, demigods again praying. So there are glorifications of the lotus feet of the Lord, but glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord in different dimensions. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 5, verse number 42. यश्रद्धया सुतवच्चा च भक्त्या समृद्धमाने हृदये वदायां ज्ञानेन वैराग्यबलेन धीरा व्रजेम तत्रेङ्गि सरोजपीठम्. These are all these verses, third canto, chapter 5, verses starting from 39 to 51 shlokas, all are to be remembered. All are to be memorable verses. Yashraddhaya Sutavaccha Bhaktya. Yat Shraddhaya, by eagerness. Shraddha is the complete faith, eagerness and enthusiastically. Yashraddhaya Srutavaccha Bhaktya. Srutavatya, by simply by hearing. Cha also Bhaktya in devotion. Whoever is hearing in the eagerness and everyday Pratibhusheshu Anabadhyena Sudashurunun Harehe Kataha. Everyday hearing, everyday morning. Swayambhumanam. Along with his Sabharya Saprajaha Kaman Bubuji Anya Avirodataha. So likewise, every day whoever is hearing with all family members and everything else, this is Shraddhaya Sutuvachyat Bhaktya Samrujhamane Hrudaye Samrujhamane, being cleansed in the heart. Samrujhamane Hrudaye Avadhaya, by the meditation. So when we are meditating, what? The lotus feet of the Lord. So Avadhaya, meditation, and they will get Jnanena Vairagya Balena Dhira. Jnanena by knowledge, Vairagya detachment, Balena by the strength of Dhiraha, the pacified. Dhira, whoever is digesting the good and bad with equipoised mind, he is called Dhira. Gata गत गतस्वार्धमिमं देहं विरक्तमुक्तबन्धनः अविज्ञातगतिर्जह्यात् स वै धीर उदाहृतः. So it is gataswardham imam deham. So far I have enjoyed enough. Gataswardham imam deham. That is the sense gratification. Virakto mukta bandhanaha. Now he is now in a position to relieve from his material entanglement. Virakto mukta bandhanaha. All kinds of bandhanaha, entanglements. Avijnata gatirjahyad, without telling anyone else, now he has to make his path towards the spiritual path. So that is avijnata gatirjahyad. One has to live from this material entanglement. Savai dhira udahurta. He is called dhira. Such kind of dhira, he attains jnanena vairagya balena. Balena is strength, spiritual strength. Dhira. Vrajema tatrengri saroja pitam. And they must go, Vrajema must go, Tatte, unto your angry feet, Saroja Pitam, lotus sanctuary. So this is for that purpose. As soon as in different dimensions, this can be explained. Whoever takes shelter of your lotus feet, they will get knowledge and also detachment and spiritual strength. So we are taking at your lotus feet. We are taking shelter of your lotus feet. Likewise, demigods are praying. But who are they? Who are carefully shraddha and by eagerness, simply by hearing the Krishna Katha. And then their heart will be cleansed. यश्रद्धया सर्वच्चा च भक्त्या समृद्ध्यमाने हृदयवधाय ज्ञानेन वैराग्य बलेन धीरा व्रजेम तत्रेङ्गि सरोजपीठम्. Translation: simply by hearing about your lotus feet with eagerness and devotion, and by meditating upon them within the heart, one at once becomes enlightened with knowledge, and on the strength of detachment, one becomes pacified. We must therefore take shelter of the sanctuary of your lotus feet. Okay? Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so can I request Asha Mataji one paragraph and then Swarup Prabhuji one paragraph, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The miracles of meditating of the lotus feet of the Lord with eagerness and devotion are so great that no other process can compare to it. The minds of materialistic persons are so disturbed that it is almost impossible for them to search after the supreme truth by personal regulative endeavors. But even such materialist men with a little eagerness for hearing about the transcendental name, fame, qualities, etc., can surpass all other methods of attaining knowledge and detachment. The conditioned soul is attached to the bodily conception of the self, and therefore he is ignorance. Culture of self knowledge can bring about detachment from material affection, and without such detachment, there is no meaning to knowledge. The most stubborn attachment for material enjoyment is sex life. One who is attached to sex life is to be understood as devoid of knowledge. Knowledge must be followed by detachment. That is the way of self-realization. These two essential for self-realization, knowledge and detachment, become manifest very quickly if one performs devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord. The word Dira is a very significant in this connection. A person who is not disturbed even in the presence of cause of disturbance is called Dira. Sri Yamuna Sri Yamunacharya says, since my heart has been overwhelmed by the devotional service of Lord Krishna, I cannot even think of sex life. And if thoughts of sex come upon me and I at once feel disgust, a devotee of the Lord becomes an elevated dhira by the simple process of meditating in eagerness on the lotus feet of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Can I request Swarup Prabhuji to read next paragraph?
Sure, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Devotional service entails being initiated by a bona fide spiritual master and following his instruction in regard to hearing about the Lord. Such a bona fide spiritual master is accepted by regularly hearing from him about the Lord. The improvement in knowledge and detachment can be perceived by devotees as an actual experience. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strongly recommended this process of hearing from a bona fide devotee, and by following this process, one can achieve the highest result, conquering all other methods. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. So here, Prabhupada is describing the miracles of meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord with eagerness and devotion are so great that no other process can compare to it. So that's why Krishna always he shows the lotus feet to all of his devotees. This is Pradarshayantam Krupaya Nakendu Mayuka Bhinnanguli Charupatram. So that is the main purpose. Otherwise, sometimes some of the temples, if we go there, we cannot see the lotus feet of the Lord. But here, see, wherever the Lord is always, this is Pradarshyantam Krupaya Nakendhu. He shows all the time. That is the original position. Otherwise, the devotees cannot get a chance. They will just go and simply look at the deity and then come, take some pictures and come. But what? So we have to focus on the lotus feet of the Lord first, and then gradually Sanchintayed Bhagavataha Charanaravindam Vajrankushadhvaja Saroruhalanchanadyam Uttunga Rakta Vilasatnaka Chakravala Josna Virahata Mahadhudayandhakaram. So starting from lotus feet and then Janadvayam Jalajalochanaya Jananya Lakshmya Kelasya Suravanditaya Vidatuhu. Again the legs and then the thighs. Urvo, this is Guru Supanna Bhajayo Radishobhamano Vojo Nidhiyatasika Kusuma Vabhaso Vyalam Vipita Varavasasi Vartamana Kanchi Kalapa Parirambinitam Bhabimbam Nabhihadam Bhuvanakosha Guhodarastam Yatratmayoni Dishina Kila Loka Padmam. So this is the way gradually elevating the meditation from lotus feet and then legs and then thighs and then the hips and then the nabhi. So like gradually. So this is the meditation. It is jitam jitam sthanam upahidharyat param param sujjadihi yatha yatha. So the knowledge, the intelligence will be purified by meditating on the lotus feet or the gradually. Then this is way of Vedic times, as previously it was mentioning demigods. Chandaha Suparnaihu Vrushyo Vivikte. By the wings of the Vedic hymns, the devotees they start from the lotus feet and then gradually fly, fly, fly and search for the lotus face of the Lord. So beautiful. Okay, so that is to be with eagerness and devotion. The minds of the materialist persons are so disturbed that it is almost impossible for them to search after the supreme truth by personal regulative endeavors. So many people they engage themselves in the earning economic development and also so-called dharma. Whatever they think it is dharma, it is according to their own constitutional position. Dharma, artha, kama, and try to sense gratification, and there will be every sense gratification they would see some kind of failure in their happiness. They wanted to earn money, and there may be so many struggles while earning. Yam yam adhmupadatte dukkena sukhahetave. They will dukkena by so much of hard struggle. For the reason sukhena, they wanted to enjoy. Yam 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 later on tam tam dhunoti bhagavan, and then Lord will take out that money and then Puman Sochiti Yet Krute, and then he will go through sufferings again. I have lost all the money. So whatever I have earned, hard earned, it is now zero now. Again, I have to work hard. But if he has accumulated so much of money, so many greedy people will come for just like ants, wherever there is a sugar or jaggery at there, then the ants will go to that jaggery and sugar. For the sake of people, all the relatives come together when he is opulent and rich. So that is the nature of this material world. And also, if you try to have some sense gratification, try to fulfill desires, sometimes everyone has got their own sense gratification. They may not cooperate for your sense gratification. Again, failure in your endeavors to for your sense gratification. That is what the material people they are always disturbed. It is almost impossible for them to search after the and all this until they realize that one wherever we go, I am not getting happiness. So then one may come in contact with the devotees, then there is a possibility. Otherwise, they cannot understand because the human life is only meant for come to the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Otherwise, there is no other purpose. Oh, why this a gigantic mission is going on? It's a big universe. Sun is rising, sun is setting, moon is coming and moon is going. Rains are coming on time, seasons are moving, days are passing, months, years, yugas are going. This is everything. Vattante anuyugam vashayetat sacharacharam. Vattante anuyugam vashayetat sacharacharam. Everything. Mayadjakshana prakritihi suyate sacharacharam. Gigantic mission is going on every day. Every moment it is running. Yasyadhya brahmati samvrita kala chakra govinda madi purusham tamaham bhajami. This is kala chakra is moving and it is taking the lifespan of everyone except the devotees of the Lord. Nati ajraksha brahmirayuresham trayodhyaram trisatam sasti parva shatnemi anantachedi yatrinapihi karala sroto jagad achedhyadavat. This is Sudarshana Chakra. This is the description of the Sudarshana Chakra. So, which the 365, this the main spokes, and there are so many other spokes, and then it has got three centers which is rotating on top of this world very fastly, taking the lifespan of everyone except the devotees of the Lord. Nate adhrakshi bhrimirayuresham trayodasaram trisatam sasti parva shatnimi anantachari yatrinabi karala sroto jagat ache jhadavat. This comes from the prayers of Kardama Prajapati. But except the devotees of the Lord. So devotees, they're always discussing the transcendent topics of the Lord likewise. Otherwise, this gigantic mission, it is taking life of everyone's, the energy. Otherwise, sometimes governments are also unnecessarily engaging the labor of energy of the human in the wrong places. All the human energy is wasting in the gunpowders, preparing the missiles unnecessarily. If they have prepared, they have to use it. Again, destruction for the human society. So this is the material world in the mode of ignorance. But even such materialistic men with a little eagerness for hearing about the transcendental name, fame, qualities, etc. can surpass all other methods of attaining knowledge and detachment. So that again Krishna says, Yoginamapi sarvesha madgate nantratmana shraddhavan bhajite yomam sameyukta tavomat. There are so many processes, karma yoga, and then jnana yoga, dhyana, and then bhakti yoga. So here, by hearing, this is Bhagavata Dharma. Hearing the name, fame, qualities, this is Bhagavata Dharma. It would surpass all methods of attaining knowledge and detachment. Automatically, it is embedded within this one devotional service. This conditioned soul is attached to the bodily concept of life, and therefore he is in ignorance. And culture of self-knowledge can bring about detachment from the material affection, and without such a detachment, there is no meaning to knowledge. So this is the gradual. Once there is a knowledge, immediately that resulting should be visible in the detachment. And when there is a detachment, that should be resulting in the devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a gradual thing. One can practically see in his life and also in others' lives as well. Otherwise, unless one is thoroughly condemning all such kind of karmic and jnana and every other activities, he cannot come to the pure devotional service. So the most stubborn attachment for material enjoyment is sex life. Who is attached to sex life is to be understood as devoid of the knowledge. So this is akshipta atmendri hastinam asatinam maya raho rachita yalapaihi sisunam kalabhashinam. One would engage akshipta atmendriya strinam, oneself into indriya, the senses in the strinam, in the woman. Asatinam cha mayaya. This is asatinam, asat, mode of ignorance. Asatinam mayaya, which is not permanent, maya. Raho rachita yadapaihi, in a secluded place, they will make so many of different things, materialistic feeling exchanges. Raho rachita yalapaihi. Sisunam kalabhashinam, looking at the children later on and their beautiful and cute words, they are attracted. So likewise, their mind is always absorbed in one side sex and one side the family and children. So in such a way, Atmajaya Sudagar Pasu Dravina Bandhushu Niroda Mola Hridaya Atmanu Bahumanyate. He will be entangled and he thinks that I am enjoying because cooperative wife, cooperative children, and all kinds of opulences in the home, the money and the vehicle, so many other comforts are there. Then he thinks that I am enjoying. In such a way, he is entangled. He would not get the chance to progress in the spiritual path. So here he said that he is to be understood as the divide of the knowledge. So knowledge must be followed by detachment. One must detach unless he thoroughly cut down those attachments. Of course, one can stay and then there should be love, but not the raga and the dvesha. Raga and dvesha, they go beyond the love. So they do unnecessary things and crossing the regulative principles. Her knowledge must be followed by detachment. That is the way of self-realization. These two essentials for self-realization, knowledge and detachment, become manifest very quickly if one performs devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord. Vasudev Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayitah Janayati Yasu Vairagyam Jnanam Yad Ahaitukam. Just by Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayitah. Prayitah is the result of the devotional service. Jnana and Vairagya. And then the word Dhera is very significant in this connection. A person who is not disturbed even in the presence of cause of disturbance is called Dhera. He is equipoised. So Krishna describes that one Savai Dhera Udavritaha Tasya Prajna Pratisitaha. Likewise in different angles. So Dehinosmin Yata Dehe Kaumaram Yabhanam Jara Tata Dehantar Praptihi Dheraha Tatra Navimhyati. A Dhera Tatra Navimhyati, he would not be bewildered by such a change of the body. And again, here Prabhupada mentions again Yamunacharya in the context of when he is attracted by the Supreme Personality of God. Since my heart has been overwhelmed by the devotional service of Lord Krishna, I cannot even think of sex life. And if thoughts of sex come upon me, I at once feel disgust. A devotee of the Lord becomes an elevated dhera by simple process of meditating in eagerness on the lotus feet of the Lord. So Yamunacharya, he says, Yadavati mama chetah Krishna padaravinde nava nava rasadhamani buddhatam rantumasid tadavati bhatanari sangame smaryamani bhavati mukha vikarakaha bhavati mukha vikaraha sustu nistivanam cha sustu nistivanam. So he mentions Yadavati mama chetah Krishna padaravinde. So whenever my heart, my chittam is completely absorbed, when I am in Krishna consciousness, mama chetaha Krishna padhara vinde, absorbed in the lotus feet of Krishna, nava nava rasadha mani buddhitam rantumasid. I am experiencing different nava nava rasa, new and new different kinds of mellows of rasa. When we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this is japa, and we can sing different tunes in kirtans, so many millions of tunes to and one can pour him that nectar into the ears of all the devotees with different kinds of tunes. This is Navanava Dhamani Bujjitam Brantumasit. When he is engaged in such a way and in experiencing that in that situation, Tadavati Bhatanari Sangame Smaryamane. If I think of such kind of wanted to have association of the Nari Sangami, then what happens? Bhavati mukha vikaraka sustu nishtivanam cha. And at that time, let my face become disgusted. Bhavati mukha vikaraha sustu means spitting on that kind of face. Nishtivanam cha, sustu nishtivanam cha. Likewise, uh, he, this Yamunacharya, he composed this one. But it is possible only for the devotees, not for the other people. I cannot think of sex life, and if thoughts of sex come upon me, I at once feel disgust and spit on that kind of thought. So this is Sustu Nishtivanam cha. And during devotional service entails being initiated by a bona fide spiritual master and following his instruction in regard to hearing about the Lord. Such a bona fide spiritual master is accepted by regularly hearing from him about the Lord, and the improvement in knowledge and detachment can be perceived by devotees as an actual experience. This is practically one can see in his life. And Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strongly recommended this process of hearing from a bona fide devotee, and by following this process can one achieve the highest result, conquering all other methods. Shranutaha Sriddhaya Nityam Gunasatha Swacheshitam Kalena Natadidgena Bhagavan Vishite Huridi प्रविष्टः कर्णरन्ध्रेण स्वानां भावासुरोरुहं धुनोति शमलं कृष्णः सलिलस्य यथाशरत्. Salilasya yatasharat. Just like whenever Lord enters through the ear holes and enter into the heart, and he will stay there, and then he will cleanse up all kinds of sinful activities. Of course, he doesn't have to do anything. His presence itself, it will make all other things go away. Bad things, impurities will go away. So that's why Dautatma Krishna Pada Moolam Namunchati सर्वमुक्त मुक्त परि सर्वमुक्त परिक्लेशः पान्तः स्वशरणं यताम्. Just a person, a traveler, after so much of traveling, he comes home and taking shelter. Yes, now I am relaxed. Likewise, a living entity traveling through so many bodies, this is become vyasanam, a habit of entering into different wombs of mothers, a cat, dog, and beast, fish, aquatic, so many things. Now he has tired. So this is Dhautatma Purushah Krishna Padamulam Namunchati Mukta Sarup Parikleshah Pantaha Swasaranam Yata. And then as soon as he comes to the lotus feet of the Lord by help of the devotees and then with knowledge and detachment, then he will never ever leave the lotus feet of the Lord. He's Dhautatma. Okay, so this is, but that is the highest process, engaging oneself in the loving devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He would achieve everything. And also when he is doing, this is called very easy process. Other going into secular process, it is a difficult process. In this age of Kali, we cannot go outside that much easily. But there are some people go, but it is most of the people for Grihasthas, this is the comfortable pratyakshavagamam dharmam susukam kartum avyayam. Okay, so this is they are praying. Demigods are praying here. यश्रद्धया सुतवच्चा च भक्त्या समृज्यमाने हृदये वधाय ज्ञानेन वैराग्य बलेन धीरा व्रजेम तत्रेङ्ग्रि सरोजपीठम्. व्रजेम तत्तेङ्ग्रि सरोजपीठम्. So त्वां सूर्यभिरत्व भुवुत्सयाद्ध सदा अभिवादार्हण पादपीठम् ऐश्वर्य वैराग्य यशो अबोध वीर्य श्रिय पुत्रम् अहं प्रपद्ये. So one of the prayers of Kardama Prajapati. So this is Supreme Personality of Godhead who is full in all the opulences. If we take the shelter of lotus feet of the Lord, we will be freed from all kinds of bad things and we will gain all kinds of required things, jnana, vairagya, and also whatever Lord has got 6 opulences, we will also yata buddhi tada shriya, we also derive such kind of qualities. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Today, letter to Madhudvisha, November 11th, 1970, Los Angeles. Okay, so can I request Jagriti Mataji to read this letter if possible? Let us see how much.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. My dear Madhudavisa Maharaja, please accept my blessing. Accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter under, and I have noted the contents carefully. Our first business now is to establish at least 3 temples in India, one in Kolkata, one in Bombay, one in Vrindavan, and if possible, a fourth one in Delhi. people should say that these Americans have come here and they have built a wonderful temple. We must do something tangible actually here in India. The street Sanskrita party has not got so much importance as in US and other Western countries where Krishna consciousness is being newly introduced here in this country. If we are out of the street too much, it will be misunderstood as beginning here in Bombay. I have instructed devoted devotees only to go out on Sanskrita party. If they have no other engagement, simply to dance in the street and to eat and sleep, that will be not be considered re- real preaching work here. If you establish a temple, that will be a real prasara. I have given you hint how to uh, purchase the property by making life member yourself accountant. Sorry, accun. Sorry, how to pronounce this?
Achyutananda.
Accountant. Sorry,
Achyutananda Swami.
Achidanand Swami. Jaya Pataka Swami, and human can divide up and go and see important men. There are so many big men in Calcutta who can become your life member if you convince them. This require requires unwavering strength and enthusiasm to fulfill the desire of the spiritual master. When my Guru Maharaja ordered me to spread this moment to the English speaking countries, I did not know how I could do it, but I never lost faith, nor did I ever forget this order. Now I am wanting, wanting that we will have some temples here, since our organization is international, and for this purpose money is required. One has to create a money, but you must know how to do it. So you have got the means to make life members distribution all these books which we are getting and purchase that Hamilton building. That will be your credit. Prabhuji, you want me to read this?
Um, and this is small one only, Mother. Please.
Yeah. Um, while you are in Calcutta, try and purchase the Hamilton property. If if you find you are not able then you can go to Gorakhpur, as I have written in a letter to Jaya Pataka Maharaj. But best thing you can do is to work combinedly to establish a Kolkata center. Please offer my blessing to Echinta Maharaja and the human Hanuman Das. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Any take your points, Mataji?
Yeah, his thing is stuck in mind. They say it is the first business. They done the 3 temple in India, Calcutta, Bombay, and the Vrindavan. And maybe they possible to doing to the fourth one, because they done in the America international, they said, and then why we can't do it here? That's why they done 3 temples here, and the fourth one is possible they doing to be. That's why they said this. Prabhupada said is we done in international country, then why we can't do it here, fourth one? And over there is without any money they donate, and they asked to do here. But in Kolkata, they said is try to not go and ask. But if you need help, then you can ask one of the Maharaj, which is mentioned in letter. That's my take in Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely read and explained.
Thank you, and sorry for any mistake.
Thank you, Mataji. Dear devotees, any other comments from this letter? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's
Hare
letter.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, sorry. I will let the other person first. Thank you.
No, Mataji, you go
No,
ahead,
no,
please.
no, no,
No,
Prabhuji,
please, please.
I was waiting for somebody, but then I didn't hear, so I said. So my thing that I really liked was Prabhupada saying here that his Guru Maharaj ordered him to spread the movement, and he, considering that he didn't know much English at that time and completely new in the country, he was completely and alone in a new country completely. He had faith. That's what he did. He put faith in what his Guru Maharaj said, and that is what he is now asking his disciples to do as well. That if they put faith, then it will happen, because obviously in order to build temples and everything they need money, and in order to get the money they need more life members. So that is my thing, that because he realized that some things won't work in India. What works in Western countries, like going out, Sankirtan party and all that, that won't work in India, because things are perceived differently in India. It's seen to be as begging. But so he's saying that then the best way to do it is to build temples, and the way to build temples is to have, obviously more life members, because through their money you would be able to build temples. And he's identified, like Mataji said, he's identified 3-4 places to start with, and then having the faith. I thought that struck to me more. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice, Mataji. Yes, so just only faith. So we need to be an instrument in the hand of spiritual master. Everything will be arranged by the Lord. Thank you, Mataji. So that's why when there's temple, there are so many patrons who supports the temple activities financially. There are also devotees, and there were many other devotees we have seen, Bhaktivedanta, for example. Okay, but going there in the streets, so it is to spread Krishna consciousness. Okay, but without the temple, if we simply do it, and people think that where should we go? So they're doing very nice things, but where should we go? So they would not have any clue how they can progress. But when there is a temple, they know where to come and they land themselves. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely explained. Saurabh Prabhuji wanted to add?
Mataji has explained very nicely, Prabhu, and she has covered the points that I wanted to say. So I don't have anything more to add, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so that is any other comments, dear devotees? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today is Tuesday evening. We have got a preaching practice session. Today, our preacher is Jagna Kanya Mataji at 8 p.m. Okay, that is from our upcoming events perspective. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you want to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly do so. Hare Krishna. Okay, there are no updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटिवैष्णववृन्द की जय कृपाल की जय हरे कृष्ण कॉन्शियस डे एवरीवन
Hare Krishna.